says it's inviting him, and I'm not sure why it's still inviting him. So I'm trying to go about getting him on another way. So just work with us right now. We're going to try to do it this way. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to see if we can get him via... Ooh, how are we going to get you? No invite? You don't see the invite? Okay, it still says inviting. Let me see what I got to do now. I took the invite off. I'm going to add it again. Bring Mike. He'll receive an invite. All right. So hopefully you'll get that one. Yay! Ah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, YouTube, you're not going to get the same feed, but it is what it is. You'll hear him. You'll be able to talk with him. You'll be able to ask him questions. And it is what it is, what it is. So I'm trying to get live on... What am I trying to get live on my YouTube? I mean, what is this? My Instagram. I don't know how to do that. But we are live on A.M.I.N.A. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, working with me. Just, y'all know I'm always on time and still late. So just work with the queen. So I can see you. How are you?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I'm trying to get you turned all the way up. I want to make sure everybody can hear you. So everybody, if you can hear Mike, you got to say hey. You got to say what's up. You got to let me know. Throw them hearts up if you can hear them. If you can't hear them, then let me know that too.
Trying to get this going here. Here we go.
Okay, Black Swan said A. Brother Rob said peace queen. What's good, Brother Rob? Let's see. Who else? Let me see. Take your time, take your time. So again, y'all know how the queen does. Y'all know how I am. I'm getting a new banner. Don't worry, I'm getting a new banner. I'm trying to work on this. We have callers on the line we got to get to. We definitely do. But I want to do a poem for y'all. Y'all know how I start out. So I want to say hey to everybody that's tuned in. I want to say hey to everybody that that believes in the queen, that's been helping me out with my journey, that's just been making my life just awesome. So I want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in and just being a part of what A.M.I.N.A is going through. My boy Titan is calling in. Thank you, bro. Please call in. You need to be calling in. You need to be saying what's up to the queen. You need to be letting me know what's going on with you medically. I need to make sure you're all right. So again, like I said to y'all, I know, last week I had a banner, but this week I don't. But I'll be getting a new one really soon. So yay. Anyway, this past 2 weeks was awesome for me. Mike, I know I kind of talk real quick before I interview, but I just have to let everybody know what's going on because I haven't done a blog lately, so I gotta let them know that I've been okay. So, what did I do? Thanksgiving was awesome. My girls came. My mom and dad came. We cooked. I still got mad turkey. Anybody want some turkey? Let me know. Please. I'm trying to get rid of it. I cooked two. I don't know why. I know that they wasn't going to eat the first one. Let me see. 2 pans of mac. That went so fast. So fast. That mac and cheese was just gone. And they were huge pans. So Thanksgiving was awesome. This was my very first Thanksgiving in 18 years without my son, so I'm sad, and I missed him to death. My first year as a married woman, and my husband wasn't here, so I'm not going to say, baby, I wish he was home, because he already knows that. So, but he's holding Korea down, doing what he got to do, so it's okay.
Holding us down. Thank you for that. Thank you for serving.
So, he'll type something in. But yes, even though he's serving, I really wish he could come home for at least a day, just hug me or something, It's been a couple months, I'm crying. So Thanksgiving without my men's, but my dad was here. So it was awesome. So I was happy with that. So I thank him for coming. Let me see what else. Kids got their report cards. Both my daughters got straight A's and B's. I'm beyond excited. Beyond excited with that. So, they get to keep the birthday, the report card presents. Like I told you, I don't celebrate Christmas, so they get to keep the report card presents, or that's what I call them. So, they're happy with that. Let's see what else. Oh, just so y'all know, yes, I've been sending out books, and just a couple people ordered some books. And people, I gotta say this real quick, and y'all gonna be so mad at me because y'all know the queen keeps it funky. I keep it real. Please stop inboxing me that you want a book if you are not serious. Because if you send me your address and did not send me a payment, your book is not on its way because you didn't pay for anything. You sent me an address and then you gave me a bill because now you want me to go to the post office and mail you something for free. Come on now. I got to pay for these. Y'all got to pay for them too. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. So when you order, be serious about your order and let me know. I send out invoices. So if you don't pay your invoice, I won't look at your address. I'm only going to look at your address on your paid invoice, just so y'all know. So thank y'all for supporting the Queen. Y'all know all my books is out. Into the Mind of a Queen, my poetry book, the first one. In the Heart of the Queen, the third one. The Queen Has Spoken, the second one. You know, I'm all out of order. And my novel, y'all gotta get it. Y'all gotta get it. And yes, Titan, your novel is in the mail. If you ask me one more time, we gonna fight when I get to San Diego. But yes, my novel's out as well. So they are all under me, the Queen, on my publishing company, Show It Well Publications. Support a Black-owned free business. I mean, this is literally a Black-owned family business. Myself, my children, you know. Well, my proofreader is not family, but she's a sister from another mister, even though she's a Spanish woman. That's my baby girl, Yvette. She's awesome sauce, so she's an awesome proofreader. I have a new graphic designer. Her name is Alicia. She's in Texas. Texas stand up. She's awesome. Like, she's on the drop of it. If I call her and say, oh my God, I messed up, she fixes it. So I got an awesome team. Inbox me. I will send y'all my links, let y'all know. I'm looking for children writers. I'm looking for more poets. I'm looking for urban fiction, mystery. I'm looking for all types of writers. The only thing I will not be selling, I'm gonna be honest, and I know everybody has a voice. I swear I know. But I'm not selling ratchet. I'm sorry, I'm not selling go get it, the baby mom is winning and the side chick that killed her. I'm not selling that. So if you wrote that, I won't be selling that for you. I love you. And you know, one of these days on the bus, I might read it, you know, even though I got 3 cars. But anyway, one of these days on the bus, I might read it. But I'm not selling that. But anybody else, you know, if you got something positive. Yes. Yes, it has to be positive and wonderful, and you know, it has to be about making some type of mark on the world that's better than the side person stabbed you in the back and won. I don't promote that because I don't like that at all. So anyway, we're gonna get started. Again, I do want to thank everybody to tune into the Queen Speaks Radio, my very first radio station with Queen A.M.I.N.A, your host. My guest, Mike Ristic, you are awesome. I can't wait for everybody to start asking you questions. Can't hear you on the recording. You can't hear us? Hold on. Somebody left the recording because they can't hear. Hold up. Let me see. What am I doing?
And I'm still settling in. So you go ahead and do that. I'll just take a few minutes myself, settle in and get everything ready.
Okay. Somebody say something on the phone. Let me see. I got an East Pennsylvania caller, and I think that is who it might be, who I think it is. Let me see if it is her. So, wait, no, you are on with A.M.I.N.A. Are you spitting or are you supporting tonight? Can you hear me?
I think they can.
They can, but they can't. I'm hearing that it is, okay, the feed is, oh wait, allow chat. Some chat, large numbers, do you wish to continue? Cancel. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my callers. Let me see if she can hear me. Let's see. No. Caller, can you hear me? Caller's muted. Okay. It looks like Poet Radio is on with Queen A.M.I.N.A. Poet, can you hear Queen A.M.I.N.A? No, they can't hear me. Don't tell me that. All right, caller on the line. Can you hear Queen A.M.I.N.A? I'm gonna cry. It's always something. No.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna work it. We're gonna work it. Well, anyway, Black Tiger said hi. Don't laugh at me, Black Swan. Don't laugh. Like I'm trying to get it together. Can you hear? Okay, as long as my Facebook and my YouTube can hear me, I'm gonna try to do what it can do and how I can do it. Okay, so I don't know why I can't hear.
Call, I don't know if you can take them on speaker or...
Let me see. I'm gonna try it from, you know, I keep a backup phone to the backup phone. I'm like Batman over here, okay? So I'm gonna try it from any way I possibly can.
Got this on the other.
Yeah. that's what it's all about. Making sure you're ready and prepared for everything, okay?
That's the sign of every good writer.
Exactly. So you know what? while we interfacing, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Mike? Because I know everybody's like, okay, she got this guy here. She keeps saying he's awesome and he's special and he's wonderful. Because I'm actually going to play one of your things that you sent me off YouTube. So I want, before I play that, I would like them to hear why you do what you do, who you are, and how your journey began.
I think a good way to start this off.
Yes.
I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Mike Ristic. I'm from Paterson, New Jersey. If you've ever been up in, shout out to Paterson, everybody up north. And yeah, I went from guy just writing music his whole life, and a painter, an artist, and turned overnight poetry. I don't even know what people have really just been. They've been calling and asking for it, and asking, commenting, and it's just been. I can't even. I'm so humbled to hear all these people appreciate my work, considering I hid it my whole life. It was, it's very humbling, very humbling. But the way I want to start this off is, I think I might just read something, and kind of set it off and let people hear what all the buzz is about, So I'm gonna do something light.
Okay.
While you're sitting there, and let's start off with this. So I wrote a poem recently. It's called A Lot of Attention. It's called Right or Wrong, and it's spelled, like, poet or somebody like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This is entitled Right or Wrong by Mike Ristic. Everybody is a writer these days. Are there any readers left? Scholars, thinkers, dreamers, originals? They put the pen to the paper 88 times and they call themselves Hemingway private. Poet to the people in 1,000 words or less, I guess. Everyone has a story, most of them lacking a plot, lacking the hop for the skillet to cook emotions and move. You gotta move me, I'm listening. It's mostly tacky and taunt, too rigid in pain to peel paint from paint, so throw away the canvas, throw it all away with those big words, big walls painted all over them. Destroy me with your art. Be a painter. Paint me a portrait. Paint me a picture, sinner. Aren't we all? Don't do this in grapes, please. I can't stand bland. Show me your hurt. Show me your poison like I feed you mine, and let me indulge in your depth of different. Let me taste your torture and have a bit of mine if you will. Show me, and then tell me you're a writer. So, this is a little something I wanted to write to inspire people.
Okay.
Write with depth, write with strength. Don't mind that dog over there. She gets excited when Daddy starts going in. But,
I know that's right. Well, I thought that was hot.
Thank you. I wrote it something to inspire people.
Okay.
I wanted something to inspire other writers to just not write from that corner and that crevice of this is what I have and this is what I got. This is where I'm at. Like, who cares? Like, shovel all that to the side. That's important. When you put that ink on that paper, it's got to be you, and it's got to be deep. It's got to hurt. If it doesn't hurt, you don't have to. If you're not putting it down to take a break, you're not doing it right. Right. 15 minutes in, when I'm writing a piece, 5-10 minutes in, I got to put it away. It's hurting me. It's if I'm tearing up, I'm doing it. If I'm not, I'm bland like everybody else, and that's not the way we do things around here. So, shout out to my team, by the way, Wild South Records. That's my camp.
Okay.
I work with them. I work in the back scenes and a lot of music with guys like Black Swan and Taylor Tarrant. Great poets, writers. They're lyricists. These guys are just fantastic musicians.
Okay.
That's my team.
So, and where are they located out of?
They're located here in Georgia. I met these guys a couple years ago, and they've just been wonderful. We're a family.
I'm excited. So, what do you actually do? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I as Sarah would call me, you'll hear that name a lot tonight, Sarah. A little bit of a jack of all trades. I'm a small businessman. I run a couple small businesses, and I also work. I work as a painter. I work as a writer. I work as a songwriter, a lyricist. I work on side projects with people. I write for them, with them, both on a professional level and a semi-professional level. I'm involved every form of music, but on the back end. I'm not the guy in the front and all the, there's guys like, there's some talent out there nowadays you got to look for, the guys like Low Keezy and Tin Man, and there's some guys out there right now I'm watching, it's fantastic. It's fantastic to watch. Roger Alexander, and as far as musicians go, Swan, Black Swan, Taylor Tarrant has an album coming out. I mean, these guys are just lyricists. So I work with these people, and not them per se, but I work with people, and I'm the guy in the background. I help out.
Okay.
Let's do it then. But yeah, a lot of guys get to watch them from the sidelines and just do nothing more but observe greatness. Some of these guys, fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I work as an A.M.I.N.A for Wild South Records, and basically what I do is I find new talent and I work with them.
Okay.
Work with them to give them their vision the way they want it. I like artists these days when they get signed to a label. The label, first thing they want to do, they want to market them. They want to tell them what they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Wild South.
Mm-hmm.
We don't work with too many people. You can't just, we're not thirsty looking for talent.
Okay.
It's like, if we find you and you're really, really good, like you were saying earlier about your, the writers you want to read,
mm-hmm.
we find you and the vibe is there, we can work like a family, then we're going to go ahead and get together and do what it takes.
I know that's right. Okay.
Engineer, he's going to help you promote, he's going to help you with the choruses, and if you need it. And if you don't, we're going to stand back and watch you shine. So,
I know that's right. That's how it's supposed to go. Okay.
Yeah, well, big part of my, Wild South Records has been a big part of my life since Sarah passed. And you'll be, like I said, you'll be hearing Sarah. This is all really comes down to Sarah. Sarah's passing, my wife who passed away, my fiance.
Right.
And that's what got me sharing poetry. I didn't up until.
Did you? But you wrote poetry before she passed away.
Oh, I've been writing since I was about 6 years old.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm into languages. I'm into learning. I'm into writing. I'm into poetry and art. And, it's just very, very into culture and history. I know. I don't know just my history because I'm Eastern European Serbian, but I know history. When I say I know, history of the black people, history of American Indian people, history of the Italians. Like I'm into learning.
Okay. You're like me. I need to know everything. I'm nosy.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me?
Okay.
You're in trouble when Apple sends you a message that says you use 99.9% more data than any than the other people.
I know that's right. So tell everybody a little bit more about why you actually write for Sarah.
Okay, so yeah, let me give you the backdrop on that. Wow, that's where do we start? So Sarah's the love of my life. We were engaged to be married on Valentine's Day, the evening of Valentine's night before she actually passed away.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend, my soulmate, my partner, different backgrounds, and just magic happens. Both of them writers, and we fell in love, and it was wonderful. And we lasted 4 years, and unfortunately, Sarah passed after we lost the baby. An unfortunate turn of events. She didn't take the baby's passing very well. Let me hush this dog one second.
Okay. Oh, his puppy needed some attention. That's what's going on. His puppy needed some attention. And my other phone just started acting a whole fool. So I'm going to try to get back on the line on the other phone while he hushes the puppy over there. So
no worries. Yeah, I had to hush her. So, yeah, long story short, we had a rough time. She, after we lost the baby, didn't work out. She always encouraged me to write poetry, and I didn't. I didn't share. She, and it wasn't past, fortunately, that sharing my poetry, and it just took off. Like the attention that it's been getting for her and the other poems, love from people and support. It's just, it's been wonderful.
Okay.
And I started a movement called Forever 27, Forever 7, and that basically just an awareness. Kind of, a lot of you don't know the backdrop of this story. Some of you do. And the movement itself has to do with life is too short.
True.
And you have to be able to. You have to deal with what. You have to fight. You have to get through things, and it's based on addictions and based on just awareness. I want people to know her story so that they can wake up and take a look at themselves and say, I'm not doing this right.
Mm-hmm.
What if because I'm living so fast. What if I'm living, you know, I mean, I'm sure you know how many young people I know living fast, living that life. Like, it's not right.
Right.
And living that life, unfortunately, will put you in a position. And sometimes you don't see it coming. It changes everybody's life around you.
True. Very true. So,
Sarah and I were very close. Sorry to cut you off. We were very close, but what happened is truth be told, you know, after we lost the baby, she went back home, and her past caught up to her. Things I didn't know about. You know, she shared everything with me, our poetry, our words, and there was always something, and I knew it. Mm-hmm. To know her was to respect, not asking.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I lost her, but it's, you know, through this, she's with me now every day. I bring her to life through my pages every day.
Every day. Every day.
Every day.
So what advice would you give to someone that is going through something similar, that, you know, has someone close to them that might be going through something that they don't want to share? What advice would you give them? What would you tell them to do to help that person?
If first of all, if you're a person that's going through some things and it's not somebody in your personal circle, you can't, you know what? The most help I've had through all this, aside from my inner friends, is people I never even knew. People in grief circles, people in grief groups on the internet. I have so many friends out there, I don't want to mention them by name, but so many of them that got me through these nights I would have never made it through. And only because they understood, not because they were, not because of anything else. So it's, you have to reach out. If you're struggling and you're going through a hard time, it doesn't have to be a parent, it doesn't have to be a best friend. You know, with technology these days, there's ways you can get out there to get help or just somebody to listen.
Definitely.
And if you're finding somebody in a struggle around you, like, let me take this very seriously. Like, if you're finding somebody in a struggle around you, take the time. Take the time to care. Shut that TV off. Mm-hmm. That rhyme can wait. Mm-hmm. That beat can wait. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever it may be, it can wait. There's another human in need. And I've been shown amounts of sympathy and compassion from you know, not only through this poetry, but through my grieving experience. And, you know, as a community, as a people, whether you're black or you're white or you're Spanish, man, there's one thing we all understand, no matter where you're from, it's emotions. And it's his pain and it's hurt. And if you stick together, man, nobody's going to fall.
True.
People care. You know, I have friends that, you know, my friend Greg, whose wife, you know, who's late away, jumped up. You know, so many of my friends jumped up. You know, Alex True, and man, I could go all day long. You know, but just so many of them. I don't even know where to start. JoJo and Angie, and I mean Karen. I mean, I don't want to name drop people, but I can name 100 people that have been with me on nights where I didn't think I was going to get through. And at the end of the day, it was them. My way to connect to Sarah, the poetry. That way that I was able to kind of get through this. I mean, a lot of people say, "What's so special about my story?" You know, and it's true. I mean, people pass every day. But what was special about my story is that not only that, you know, aside from losing the baby and losing Sarah, what was different about this story than others is that everybody on all sides had turned their backs from the one person that adored and loved this woman more than anybody. Wow. And I had to get through it with this poetry because that's all she wanted. Okay. And I started slowly sharing on some of the grief groups, and he started sharing with some friends, guys like, you know, Low Keezy, guys like, you know, Taylor Tarrant and Black Swan and Alex True. I mean, so many people that started listening to my work, and Aaron, and when they started listening to my work, people kept pushing me like, "Hey, like, what are you doing with this poetry? Like, you need to do something with this." And that's where Consider It. It was that poem that I wrote for Sarah that's been catching so much love, and wonderful poem. I'm happy that I was able to give her something. Okay. Happy people there for me. It was wonderful.
That poem is awesome. And if you don't mind, I would love to play it so others can hear it.
Sure. You can play it, or I can read it.
If you wanted to read it, that would be beautiful. I mean, I know.
Not going to be as emotional as it was at that time, you know, to understand how Considerate was written. I will do it for you. I actually planned on it if you're willing to let me, but okay. one thing I have to say is that poem caught a lot of emotion.
Okay.
And it's very rare when you catch. It's like when you catch a photo that's just at the right time. And that's what happened with that poem. It was the right place, the right time, and truth be told, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that. Consider it was started off as a voice memo on a phone, and I wanted just to capture. I had to run. I had to go somewhere, so I wanted to capture a few minutes of a couple lines that I had written down, just so I didn't forget the flow.
Okay.
And what happened is that I forgot to stop, and I started freestyling my way through the whole thing. And what ended up happening is that when it was over and done, I was in tears. I can't. But it was hard. Okay. And I put it away, and I fought with it for a week. I said, "Man, this is fantastic. You caught something here." And I was like, "How am I going to let my friends hear me whimper through a poem?"
Okay.
I didn't just read a poem. I whimpered through many parts of it, and you could hear there was anger and there was strength in there. Like I was fighting at that moment to get through that second, and it caught, and I had to go and listen to it 3 or 4 times and write it down in order to present it to people. But it was just at the right time, And then what happened is by displaying it, it allowed other poets such as yourself and other people to notice it and look at hey, like this guy's not too shabby. Right. And in turn, what happens is I look over at Sarah's stuff. I have her stuff here, and I go, Sarah, you're right. I'm not too shabby.
Beautiful. So many people. I want to say hey to everybody real quick that's on. Bear with me. You got too much feedback.
Okay. Are you still setting up before I read the piece?
No. It was just too much feedback. But no, we're definitely on. I wanted to say hey to everybody real quick because there's so many people on and they're saying things to you. I wanted to get a chance to read them real quick. So real quick, I want to say hey to. Let's start it from the top. Oh my gracious, I didn't realize. So my husband's watching. Hey honey. We also have Miss Black Swan. Let's see, Black Swan said you good. Yep, support. She got Black Swan's got a lot to say. Brother Rob is watching. Thank you, Brother Rob. My bro Titan is watching. He said he's gonna call in. My girl A.M.I.N.A, she said we can hear you. So I know they can hear me, but for some reason it's still messing up with the feed. Let me see. We have Alex True. Best writer I know, MVP, Mike, Mr. Ristic. Oh, awesome. We thank y'all for tuning in. Jeremy George is watching, and he actually inboxed me today. Thank you so much for getting with me, Mike. You are awesome networker. I appreciate it. Let's see. My proofreader,
he's a wonderful poet.
Is he? I need to hear him. My
are just artists that you'd be blown away with. Each one of them is worth their own interview. I promise you, all of them.
Well, I hope they inbox me. He said y'all work for interview. I hope that y'all inbox me. I hope y'all watch the show. Like I said, my new banner will be back next week. It just, so much is going on. My proofreader really quick, Yvette Ortega, she's on. Thank you, Yvette. I sent a couple things to you. Brother Larry. Hey, Brother Larry. He's a singer / poet. He's awesome. You also have a Taylor Tarrant on. He said, yo. Let's see. Hey girl. Somebody said something about a New York minute. Jeremy George had to go, but I think he's back already. Greg Kippers, he said, rest in peace, Sarah. Awesomeness. Keith Williams is watching. Alad D. Jenkins, thank you, sir. Dex Williams, we appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you. Everybody, please hit the like button on the Queen A.M.I.N.A page. Share it. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Mike. We both totally appreciate it. We have a Renee in. Renee says, Mike, she's always here for you. Mary Dotson said, amen. Let's see. Hold on. We got a few more people.
Wonderful people right there. If they're not great poets, that's great friends. You should be. You folks should all be adding each other, and I plan and hope to catch everybody that she mentioned tonight as well. The Queen, thank you.
Thank you. Should we have Elaine, Angelica? Awesome. She said, hey. Meg Lowe said, hey. My husband, he's on a different page, and he said, hey, Mrs. Teller, love you. I love you, too. And Johnny Red said, always, man. And my proofreader said, read it, read it, read it. And then we have Aaron Davis. We want to thank all of you guys. Oh, my God, this show is going to be crazy awesome. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. For those who don't know who the Queen is, and this is your very, very first time, I want to say, again, I'm Queen A.M.I.N.A. I am the host. This is Queen Speaks Radio. Try to find me on YouTube. On the Queen Speaks is my blog. Again, I am looking for writers for my publishing company I just opened.
I can send you some good ones.
I hope so, because I need to get some writers. I'm actually publishing poets as well. Show It Well Publications, my new publishing company. This is my first novel, If Some Wishes Came True. Check it out. It's on Amazon, Create Space, and you can inbox me. I got some. And these are all 3 of my poetry books. Okay, The Queen Has Spoken, In the Heart of the Queen, and Into the Mind of the Queen. Grab them. They're on Create Space, Amazon. Also, you can inbox me. I'm sending out autographed copies. And once my husband sends me all the shirts, I will be sending out free shirts to everybody that's been tuning into my shows. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. So
I'd also love to thank your husband, and I'd love to thank a buddy of mine, Kevin, which I believe is how I actually, your husband spotted some of my work. Right. I just wanted to thank him, A, for serving, and like, dude, man, we should be interviewing you right now. But all jokes aside, thank you for noticing, man. Like, it's not every day, I'm humbled, from one poet to another, from one writer, to both of you, to all 3 of you, from one writer to another. Like, thank you. It's so humbling to have another poet. Like, there's nothing better. Like, masses could read your stuff, but when another poet that respects, loves your work, like, it's humbling. Thank you. Thank you both.
You know what? You are so worth it. My husband said, thank you, sir. So, he's on. He's always watching. He's everywhere. He has those eyes. So, he definitely said, thank you, sir. And we actually appreciate it. I mean, he spots awesome talent. And when I tell you, when I listened to that poem, I felt so much love, so much inspiration, so much just... It just made me say, you know what? I had to inbox my honey and say, honey, I gotta inbox him. I have to. It won't be right if I don't. I have to try to interview him. People have to know, and I'm glad, We run
into each other, and artists sometimes we're the best easels to support each other's art.
Yes.
And it's such a wonderful way to look at it. Artist is your easel, and somebody that doesn't need to, but puts any hatred or any kind of envy or anything, doesn't have it. Artists tend to be very honest people and true people, and they'll come to you and they'll say, hey, look, I love your work. Like,
yes.
So, can I share this? Like, it's a wonderful thing, and I promote and I love that too. And so many of the artists that have shown me shown my work off, I've been just blown away by theirs. It's so humble. Okay. Start naming them, and it's just so many wonderful people. Look out for a new piece between me and Jeremy George. That's going to be something to watch.
Oh, I can't wait. And you know what? I wanted to say that too. I love how you do your videos. I love them because you don't make them all about you. I mean, your words and the pictures and the things that pop through, it all tells a powerful story with what you're saying. And I haven't seen a video like that before. And when I watched the video, I was just like so floored. And I'm like, I'm stealing his idea. I'll tell you first, I'm stealing it, but I'm stealing your idea. It was just like so beautiful, and it was just like
it's so humbling. It's so humbling. And the craziest thing is that up until the other day, all my videos have been made via my iPhone, via a voice memo, via work, pictures that I've taken, and as of recently, I want to thank, example, Wild South Records is the company that I A&R for.
Okay.
They're backing my audio book. It's like a spoken word video series.
Oh, okay.
And it's pen work. It's called pen work, and it's basically where I push myself and other writers to the limit.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, as a writer, when you run into a piece that's heavily complex in syllables or heavily complex in depth, format, or meaning, it's something to push each other.
Yeah.
Something to inspire other writers and myself. Like, okay, I'm setting the bar, not for anybody else, setting the bar for myself. This is where I'm at. And I hope you like this. Like, what do you think? And Wild South Records is backing, actually, as they're backing me completely with the engineering behind it. A lot of, I don't know if you know, but example, the CEO of our label, he is a premier engineer, wonderful audio engineer.
Okay.
His Black Swan is, this guy is like, he is a genius, and he's pushing for me. He's one of the first people to say, you know, like, hey Mike, what are you doing? Poetry. You know, he always, you know, he brought me in. He knew I had the writing. He knew I had the music down. I could make beats and engineer and all that. But that wasn't it to him. Man, like, you got to start sharing some of this. And you know, I honestly, I think if it wasn't for him and you know, Alex and Taylor, a couple of these people, I started showing that video too. They were, got to share that. Like, this is special. This is, you know, a lot of my friends were like, hey, this is special.
Yeah, they're definitely chiming in with it right now. Alex True, Black Swan, they're letting you know, they love you, and they Alex said she's been telling you has been telling you for months that you need to be heard, and I'm glad that they convinced you, because I'm telling you, I heard it and I cried. I'm so emotional. My emotions are always on my sleeve. I'm gonna do a poem for y'all before the night ends, and I'm telling you, you will understand. My emotions are just bing, bing, bing. So when I heard it, it was like, oh my God, wait. It was just like, you know, so when you told me your story, it even made me cry. Even, you know, it's daytime for me, nighttime for my husband. So I actually woke him up like, babe, I got to tell you this, you know, woke him up out of sleep. So, you know, but he listened and he understood. Your words are powerful, emotional, and just moving. And I had to have you on the show. Even if I would have waited to the end of next month, I would have waited. It would have been worth it. I had to have you on the show. I needed people to hear your story. I needed people to know, you know, that you are amazing. And, you know, Wild Style, I'm gonna promote however I can promote you guys. I'm gonna share it. However we can network, I would love to.
Yeah, all
you know.
of us. I mean, there's so many talented people between both sides. Some of the names that you've been mentioning, like, I'm one of those people, when we get off of here, I'm gonna check you, then I'm gonna go check your work, because I'm such a nerd, and you know, it's all inspiring. You know, super. You know, I didn't share up until Sarah, and the craziest thing is, a lot of people don't know, but thank you, Renee. So many of you, I love y'all. When I met Sarah the night, this is why she was so special to me. Being just a wonderful woman, very supportive. You know, every man needs a queen behind him to support him. You know, any man could find some girl to pop up at his house at 2 a.m. and lie to him. Like, we need that. Ladies, we don't need that. We need, hey, it's 2 a.m. I'm in trouble. I need to talk. What do you mean trouble? Like, are you okay? No, I need a vent. And they're like, hey, I'm here. And with Sarah and I, example, I met Sarah the night my brother passed. I have an older brother. A lot of people don't know. He passed, and I was, you know, I've hid my poetry since I was a young man. I'm in my 30s, and I hid my poetry up until recently, and for over 30 years. It wasn't something that was very accepted. I feel, you know, in my culture, I'm Serbian, Eastern European. A lot of y'all have met any Serbians. If you haven't met a Serbian, meet yourself some Serbians. We love everybody. So that being said, like, I ran into her the night my brother died, and I was out on a patio in another state, feeling alone, broken. Like, I lost my brother. Like, doesn't get any worse than that. And you know, like in any other adult, or should I say any adult writer, most of us, I indulged a little bit in some drinking that night. You know, kind of just writing and drinking to me. You know, whether it be Charles Bukowski or, you know, Steve King, like, it's kind of just that's what we do. And I ran into her on a patio, and she looked at me. She said, I had a phone in my hand. She was smiling at me all night. I watched her. She was super cute. Oh, if you haven't seen Sarah,
I've seen the picture. So, she is super cute.
So she says to me, she says, what are you doing over there? I believe she said Hemingway. What are you doing over there, Hemingway? You writing? And I was like, I'm kind of insulted at this point. You know, I'm wearing a fitted hat. I'm from Jersey. I'm wearing Timberland boots. This country girl just looked at me, and like, I was like, you sneak this at me? So I turned around, like, actually, I am writing. So she's like, she said, why don't you read it to me? And now, when a woman puts you on a spot, and men, we do stupid things for women. I know some of y'all ridden 3 miles to see a woman on a bike when you were kids. Like, I've walked, I've Ubered, I've, You know what I mean? Like, call people. I paid, like, hey, listen, I'm going to give you $20. You got to just, like, come on, drive me. No, but the truth be told is I did what I had to do and I read to her.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first time ever reading out loud to another person, another human being.
Oh,
reading
wow.
And I looked up, her jaw dropped. And I did what any man would do, and I ran. I turned around.
Wait.
I walked away. Done. Gone.
That is not how what any man would do. But
yeah, and I ran away. And I just went inside, left her there. It was so funny. It was hysterical. And I think she thought I was doing this, like, play cool. Like, let me just cool. You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't. I was scared on my mind. Like, I just read to a chick. And, oh, it's hysterical. A couple hours later, I was leaving, and she was in the parking lot. And that's fate.
It is.
How many times have we seen somebody that we were very interested in when we were single, and we didn't take that chance? And it was the worst time to ever do that. Like, my brother just passed. Rest in peace, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And rest in peace to Alex. So, like, you don't think about women. Not when your brother passed away. Your best friend, your brother. But it was something about her. It was her eyes. And so I walked by her in the parking lot, and I did, again, now the alcohol's got, I went from running on a balcony to, hey, you come with me. That's the best. The best I could muster was, hey, you come with me. And she looked at me, she said, I'm not going anywhere with you. And 2 a.m., Kentucky. And a lot of people are now jumping in, and, they're trying to stop me. Like, what are you doing? Leave her alone. Like, don't harass. Friends are going to be friends. You think I'm harassing her. I'm this kid from Jersey. I'm asking her to come with me. It's 2 a.m. You're right. And now, at this point, I'm giving up my wallet. I'm like, hey, you guys can have my license, my money. Like, and I didn't, but I'm literally, like, offering everything I have for her friends to let her come with me. She's just standing quiet watching me make a fool of myself.
Aww.
And her friends are getting upset and irate, and a couple of the guys that were there were just angry. And I was like, hey, listen, Chief, take a deep breath. I'm just saying hello to the lady. And finally she looks up at me and she goes, you're crazy. And I go, yeah, a little bit. And I said, come with me. And I put my hand out, and I gave her my hand, and she looked at her friends and she said, she grabbed my hand and she goes, I'm going to go with him. And she didn't let go for 4 years. And
beautiful.
Wonderful, wonderful woman I've ever met, And when I say,
you got me blushing.
Love's not easy, folks. Love is not. A lot of people see Sarah and my love and all the words, and it wasn't always easy. Two passionate writers, like you guys are all right. A lot of you are writers. Yeah. So it's where passion runs through us, and whether that's good or bad, keep it on paper.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. Wow.
They tried to block Swan over there. They tried to block Swan, but no, they couldn't block.
Oh man, it was so many comments going on. We do want to say hey real quick to Isaac Vincent Washington, someone new, Karen Sherman. Let's see, Jody Hammonds. If I say your name wrong, don't yell at me. It's been a long day. Renee Ann, and again, Jody Hammond. So I want to say thank y'all, all y'all, for tuning in, for watching the show. And I know that everybody is here for Mike, but please like the Queen A.M.I.N.A page, because I got a lot of things going on. I got a show on Tuesday Saturday, this Saturday coming up. I will be live at Pandora Word Box for Win DC Radio in DC. I'll be live doing some poetry. Please tune into that. Next Friday, the 8th, I'm actually going to be live again. With the approval of the husband. I'm going to be getting a tattoo done on my leg, so so y'all should tune in for that, because we're going to network with the young lady, because she's an artist. She's wonderful. What I had her do was draw on me, and the picture that she drew was so phenomenal, I had to let her do my tattoo. So I want her to talk about how she got started and what she does, and she's really, really good. So the next couple shows are going to be pretty good. And then I think on the 14th of December, I have a battle rap. He was a poet, but now he's a battle rapper. His name is Ray Manley. He's awesome. Actually, he's going to come. I'm going to interview him. Then we're going to go to a poetry slam. So I'm going to go live at the poetry slam. So you guys are going to see everything. So tune in.
Guys got involved. I want in on all of this. I want to.
I will be tagging you.
I I want it. If you guys, all of you guys, thank you, Isaac, all of you guys who chimed in tonight. Like, please, send me a friend request. Like, I travel. I will come. We can, let's make music. You're welcome to come. Our doors, Wild South Records is open to y'all. You know, come down, call us, come visit, come up by you guys. Let's work. Like, I love to battle. I like to freestyle. You can call me at 3 a.m. Mike, I want you to hear this. I'm going to pick up because I'm up.
I know that's right. That's how it be. Well, me, don't call me after 8, but you can inbox me and I'll get back to you in the morning, okay? Because I don't want the hubby to come get you.
Do the 8 o'clock. I'll do the shift after.
Okay, there you go. So I'm the first 8 to 8, and then he's the second 8 to 8. After 8 to 8, y'all hit up Mike because he'll be taking all inbox requests for interviews and everything. We about to become a team. That's what's happening. That's how you network here on Queen Speaks Radio.
Hey man, and Queen, thank you so much again. You guys have just been awesome. You know, I can't wait to buy your books, promote them on my page. I mean, you're wonderful. I've seen some of your work on YouTube. I've read some. You know, wrote a piece the other day, and I don't want to get too, you know, I don't know if it was a very private piece or not, but I'll remind you, and it was 2 drinks on the counter, and it was a can of, I believe it was iced tea, and it was, I just, like,
yes,
got the name of it.
That,
oh my God, like, just,
you know what, that piece is actually, is in this book. It's in this book, Enter the Mind of a Queen. That piece is called Single Mother's Friday, because a lot of people don't understand, you know, and I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to get off the subject, but a lot of people don't understand. A lot of single moms, you know, when they want a weekend and people are like, oh, you just want a babysitter, blah, blah, blah. They don't understand that mom then went to work, breakfast for this child, lunch for this child, dinner for this child, homework for this child, school for this child, bath time for this child, story time for this child, playtime for the child. All this parent wants is a Friday night to themselves. Just a couple hours where they don't want to be responsible for anyone. And that is what brought that poem on, because before my awesome husband, I was a single mom for my daughter. My oldest is 21. I was a single mom for 20 years. So I know what not having 5 minutes to, like, literally you're in the bathroom trying to take a shower and one of the kids is standing there like, so when you finish scrubbing, you're going to make me dinner, right? So, you know, that's what that poem was for. So
I'm so strong. Like when I read it, and the reason, I guess part of the reason that, a lot of people will tell me is the reason I guess I'm able to tune in with my work the way I do and other people is because I've experienced a lot. You know, I was raised by women. I was raised by my mother, my grandmother, and my sister who you know, raised 4 children on her own and went from working at a temp agency to being like some big shot vice president of a pharmaceutical company all by herself.
That's me.
Yeah, and I see it. And so, you know, watching her children and, you know, me and her shifting kids off in a parking lot at Walmart while she runs to this job and that job, like helping each other, seeing, you know, I've only been given examples of strong women. So, for example, how I ended up being with a woman like Sarah is like strength. And when I read that poem, not only did I see your pain, your strength, like you moved me. And that's what that poem I was writing, you know, I read earlier about, like you moved me, you worked me. You know, guys like, you know, I've read some work from guys like Kevin and the guy, you know, and oh man, just been like so many people. You guys are all amazing. It's so wonderful to be, you know, part of the community because, you know, up until Sarah passed away, I never really shared. And now these last 3 weeks running, you know, like I'm showing my face on these writers' pages. And mind you, I've been banned by Facebook, folks, weeks, and they've already banned me because my work's strong, some of it. And
yes.
Yeah, and you know, I've made a lot of friends in these past few weeks, and you know, it's but some of your work, you know, like please feed, as like the '80s, you know, like that movie said, feed Seymour, like I need it.
That's my favorite movie.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors.
Little shop. You know what though? You know what? I appreciate it when I sent you the poem. Please stop killing us. A lot of people get offended by that poem, and I'm not sure why.
Honest.
But when you said I'm marching, I was just like, you know what? He felt it. He felt it. And I appreciate that. I really, really do. Yeah. I really do.
And, you know, it's odd. You know, I guess I wanted to touch on this for a long time. I'm writing a new piece, and here's a good, I think this is a good platform to say it. This is something that, you know, not a lot of people get to see this, you know, this perspective of a person. So I grew up in, a lot of you don't know, I was born in Paterson, New Jersey.
Okay.
And between, raised most of my life between, Fort Lauderdale and New Jersey. I've lived in Europe for a little bit. It's very different living in America when you're not white, traditional white, and you're not traditional, you're not black, you're not white, you're not Hispanic. My child's birth certificate, his mother's Puerto Rican, it says Puerto Rican, and for me, I'm other. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that being said, it's been, writing from this side of the pen is what I'm calling my new piece. And it really just talks about being a third party, watching how, I see so many people that are, and I praise that are together and just love. But I see so many people torn apart by color and culture. And I get to watch it all from the sidelines because, to be honest with you, American white people, Caucasian people, I love America, but they don't most of them don't look at me like I'm white. They hear me speak another language,
okay,
and they get thrown off, and I don't want to stereotype because it's not every white person that, a lot of people meet me like, oh, he's white. But then I have so many black friends. They say you're not white. Or some of them say like, hey, I have a friend. One of my good friends stores me in his phone, white boy, and I love him. But that's just the way,
Really?
Yeah. So I've gotten to watch. I've grown up in a country watching. To be honest, over 50% of the population hate each other for absolutely no reason.
Wow.
And I think it has to just do with, I watch race with a close eye, watching, how whites at times treat blacks and how blacks at times treat whites, and Hispanics treat others and others treat Hispanics. And I'm going to do a piece very politically aware that just, and yes, it is about spreading love and unity, but it's also about, watching things from the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Watching how it all.
Okay. Well,
it's gonna be.
For some reason, my husband said your nationality is now considered to be white chocolate. So that's what we're gonna call you. You're white chocolate.
It's funny he says that because all my friends back home in Jersey, they either call me J Red or white chocolate. I've been nicknamed all sorts of nicknames. Like one time, it's funny you said that. I have a good friend of mine. He's in his 60s, and he's always talking about civil rights and the movement. And I listen, and I love Gerald. Gerald's my heart.
Okay.
But his wife was insisting on coming over to meet me to find out why he's spending time. He's an old country boy. He's a country boy from Georgia, and he uses words like, let's say, to kind of give you an idea of Gerald, how he talks. He'll say things like, him need a drink. He's a country, Gerald's a country boy. Gerald grew up, very country, grew up in Georgia, in a very, in a very strong time in America. Georgia's very, driven, unfortunately, at times. And I understand why.
Okay.
But his wife was insistent on knowing why he was hanging out with me. And the way he explained to her was basically like that. He's like, he's white chocolate. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? He gets me. Do you understand? She just started laughing. She thought she was like, what? And that's part of, that part of goes to talk about that piece that I'm doing, is that I do get to sit and stand and see things from the outside.
Okay.
Ja uopšte ne pričam engleski, ja mogu da pričam totalno drugi jezik koji uopšte nije amerikanski, razumeš? So, I think a couple of, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Things from a different light, people hear you talk like that, they automatically okay. So, but I wanted to, going forward, it's so nice to see so many people coming together, in poetry, art, that really just, race and background, and it doesn't matter to anybody, and in the art world, you don't see that walk of life. So I'm so glad to be a part of this community where I just feel accepted by so many people. And that's, I haven't been my whole life.
And you know what's interesting? That's why I love the poetry community. They're so accepting. They're so open. And if you join the rap community, you got to battle your way in. I don't have time to battle you. I just want to tell you what was on my mind and just turn around and leave, okay? I don't want to battle. So, I'd rather just pass out some peaceful, kind words, and you pass out some, we give a hug, and I give you my card, you give me your card, and we network. That's why I love the poetry world. They are just awesome. You get to hear people's growth, development, pain, life experiences. how they made it through, because I started writing poetry in a very down time. I mean, it was bad. But someone read one of my poems one day and was like, "Girl, I'ma buy that from you." I mean, she only bought it for $5, but back then $5 was worth a lot in 1998. I'm trying to tell you, it was worth it to me. Okay, so it was like, "You gonna buy this?" I just wrote it. She was like, "No, I'm gonna buy it. It's beautiful. I want to put it in a plaque. I want to give it to my mom." You don't know how much your words can touch somebody else. So this is why I'm gonna keep going. I realize
that, honestly, it's insane. You know, it's been so inspiring of him. You know, and that piece you wrote. You know, and I guess that piece you wrote inspired this whole conversation. Like,
thank you.
Pain or strength, or if it's in order for poetry or for words to be good, they have to be real. You can't fake. You can't fake real. You know, so get in the studio and oh, by the way, she mentioned battles. Offer stands if anybody wants it. I'm handing it out 24/7. I like to battle.
He likes to battle. He want to battle. I'm not battling, but I'll listen.
We can go pen work. We can do whatever y'all want. I love y'all, but I love to go in the name of hip hop. But poetry in general, like, you can't fake that. You can fake hip hop. You can train somebody, you know, and partially, I hate to say it, but it's partially what I do. I find the talent. I mold them as an A&R for Wild South, and I don't change them because that's not what we do.
Okay.
But that's you mold an artist in a sense. We do it to a minimal extent, but some artists, they get changed completely, and you don't know who you're listening to. You have some guys out there, like I heard a famous rapper recently called Biggie trash. If you call Biggie trash, or if you say Biggie can't rap, like, or you tell me I don't love rap, but you're up there on Hot 97 saying I don't love rap, or I just do this for fun, like, you can do that and get away with it, because, you know, a lot of people these days, they buy music based on what it sounds and not what it's saying. But you can't do that with poetry. So that's right. You can't do that with poetry. You have to put it all on the line. So when I read your piece, it was like you were at this point where I could tell, like, I felt like I saw you in that room with, like, going through this crossroad in your mind and in your heart, and it was like, you know what? Like, I can either, am I going to fold or am I going to fight? And it was just this fierceness that just, like, exploded. I was like, holy cow! Like, I went back to it. I don't know if you remember. I went back to it and I commented something else like for real, like, this was, and just, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. You know what? I so appreciate you. I do. I definitely do. And you know, that's one thing I can say differs from you than everybody, than most artists. Most people will say when you inbox them and you say, "Hey, I want to inbox you. I want to interview you. I'm looking to you." You know, people haven't truly heard of me. And then I'll say to them, you know, well, you have to at least like the page so I can tag you in the things that I'm doing. And they'll do that, but they won't read any of my stuff. They won't say, okay, well, let me at least read a poem or hear what you're doing. It's more like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to be interviewed. I got an interview. Let me get ready for my interview. And that's really about it. It's not. But see, me personally, I'm doing what I'm doing to network. I want to get people out there. If I've heard of you and you have something to say, I feel like everybody should hear you. Because I'm going to be honest, I am an introvert. Like, I'm funny and I'm fun when you know me, but the people that know me have been in my life for over 20 years. Like, seriously, I don't really meet. I network and then I go home. You know, I'm an introvert to the point of crazy. I work from home. Literally, I work from home. I do medical coding, but I work from home. My show is from home. I write from, everything is from home. So when I hear you, if you got to me in my little bubble, you're awesome. And not only are you awesome, I want to get everything about you out. I want to do everything I possibly can to have others hear you. Because in whatever avenue I can get you, I feel like those are conscious people. I'm going to be very honest. I feel like the following I have are consciously aware people who know what's going on in the world, who want positivity, who want change, who are inciting positivity and unity. Exactly. And that's the avenue I have. So if you are talking to me, that's the avenue I'm going to put you on, because that's what I like.
Like that. And, you know, with my poetry, that gives me that avenue, you know. Unfortunately, you know, some of you know this, some of you don't, but I'm both a professional and, how do I put this? Like, I work on writing in all levels. Okay. So, whether it be on a professional level with a major label, or whether it be with my own label, who is also, like, that's all for another story. We're doing some things. But, you know, writing, I had to. Okay. In order to tell that, it had to be somebody else. So whether I'm writing for a woman who who's, 23 years old and she's a country singer, or whether I'm writing for a beautiful country singer, or whether I'm writing for a white rapper, or whether I'm writing for somebody who's more into like gun bar rap, or somebody that's into country music. I write for 90s boy band type bands. Like, it doesn't matter. If you can say it, I'll write a Hallmark card. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. But
okay,
take on a role as an artist, you take on a role as a writer. But with your poetry, different. Your poetry has to be about you. Poetry, there's no format for the madness.
None.
Whether it's haiku or spoken word, or whether it's whether it's a sonnet, or whether it's about you. And people could tell when it's authentic and it's real. And that's what I read your work. I was so blown away. And you can't hide that. You can't. I'm sure as writers, and the poem I read earlier was just about that. Like, show me your pain as I show you mine.
Yes.
Feed. I want to hear it, and you fed me your venom. Like, I was completely blown.
I'm glad you liked it. Oh my God, you know what? I love your feedback. I do. And we're an hour in. That hour went so fast, and I didn't get a chance to do a poem. So I want to do a poem really
I would love to hear something.
Yay. I'm going to do one out of my latest. This was the latest one of my books to drop, In the Heart of the Queen. So I'm more of a writer than reciter. However, I am working on that. I have an awesome coach who is helping me, and who's helping me do what I need to do. So this poem, because of the topic that we are speaking of right now, this poem is called Never Give In. Okay?
But I hear the footsteps. I think you're a wonderful performer. I think you sound like you got a little bit of mic in you. I'm not a performer. I keep saying you are a performer. You're wonderful at stuff. So you hush that up, and let me go get them.
I know that's right. High five through the phone. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. So, yes, I'm going to do this piece, and then we're going to get back, because I actually have a question for you that I know, even though everybody on here already knows you, and I'm pretty sure they probably know the answer. I know I got a couple people that's watching that might not. So I'm going to ask you a question as soon as I'm done this piece. But again, it's called Never Give In. Life has sadness, but I thank God that I am blessed. Even though sometimes this world gets hard and I might be a little depressed, and sometimes I don't get no sleep, and damn it, I swear I just need some rest. I'm wishing I was just wrapped in you, just us two, legs intertwined, alone minding our own business in sweet bliss. Oh, how I miss your kiss, our world, my man, your girl, my dreams, tear streams, meeting in our place, anticipating your embrace. Too good to be true. Me with you. Bittersweet, I retreat back to my safe place. I can't be in this race. I won't compete. I want to feel your heartbeat. Knowing you broken too. Tears streaming, and I'm just screaming that I don't want to let go. I know that it's just a show. It's not what you say, but you can't play, because I won't pay the ultimate price for whatever it is you say. But I need you to know that I love you internally, but I am always going to fully love me.
Hey.
That's that piece.
Woo! Boy, I hear the footsteps. This broadcast is over. I might have to go work on my stuff. Like, girl, you're fantastic.
Yay. See, and I'm telling you, I swear to you, I'm more of a writer than reciter, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Both. No, you're both. Stop all that. Your husband's the biggest fan. I'm sure he'll attest to that.
He just said, baby, can I marry you again? Baby, you sure can. As soon as you get home, baby.
I already knew he was coming. That was awesome. Look, Jody even said it. Alex, like, girl, you got it.
Thank you, Jody and Alex. You know what? I hope y'all tuned into the Poetry Corner. I'm going to need y'all advice. Like, I'm taking all the books, and I'm going to do a couple poems from the heart. I'm going to do some single mom poems. I'm going to do some Let's Put Our Hand Held High and March poems, and I might even do an erotica poem, but I'm thinking about that one, so.
I do a lot of my fan base happens to be, I hate to say it, but happens to be women. I think romance just draws women in that way, and so I've always done a lot of erotic poetry, a lot of, even though I didn't share, it just happened to all line up stuff. So I love that type of stuff. Like, please post it. You're welcome to share on my page. There's so many of my friends that you'll see that just, they love that kind of stuff. Like,
I see. Thank you, Alex. Oh my God. Thank you, Jody.
Alex is that young lady right there is next biggest things in music. Like, she just blow you away.
Really?
I believe I sent you some of her stuff, a voice memo, but that's between me and you, because you kill me.
Is that the country singer?
Yes, girl. What'd I tell you? That, yes.
Ooh,
What?
Alex, I'm be inboxing you, boo. Don't be acting like you don't know me. Don't be acting like you don't know me, because it's live, okay? This live, girl.
Single mom at dad, look, single mom. Shout out to Hamster, her baby.
Okay.
Hamster and her daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, and her little daughter, gorgeous. My man Taylor right there is chiming in. He is one of the greatest writers I've ever read from in my life. This kid is a pensmith.
Really?
He's a barsmith. This kid's a wizard, man. This guy can write.
Okay.
I'll send you some of his choruses and stuff. He is just, whether it be choruses, verses, like, he's just on fire. He's part of the production team. He's part of the A.M.I.N.A team.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I can't wait to meet some friends like, but yeah, I mean, Swan. Swan is, this guy can write, rap, poetry, freestyle, engineer, produce. He's one of the most sought after engineers in the business currently, and Wild South Records wouldn't be here without him. So we owe it all, like me and together, we owe it all to him. So.
Yay! Well, like I said, when my husband returns next year from Korea, we are coming down. Like I said, we actually moving towards your direction. So I would love to interface, meet everybody face to face, get a little spot. I'm actually going to try when I get there to get an actual office, because the fact that I'm always in the house, I feel like I'm losing touch with people. I feel like I'm mean all the time. Like, I'm walking around like that. So I don't want to walk around like that. So I feel like, I need to network more. But, and I would love to meet everybody and network, interview, just hang out, just powwow and see what we can do together. Like, seriously.
Yeah, no, we definitely. And you guys, what I've seen so far from your work, like, I'm literally, like, tomorrow when I wake up, boom, I'm gonna ask for information. I need to buy those books. I want to. I've read. You sent me a few basic pieces, and we were on the rush. We didn't. I know how it is. You're on the rush. It's like, okay, let me just send something because I have to move, and you didn't really. I could tell it was very natural. Like, here, it was just a couple different things. And,
yes.
And it was like, I sat back like, wow. And Kevin, I believe his last name is Mitchell. We just met recently. Was that his name? I believe he's your husband's friend.
Yeah, Kevin. I think he's watching.
Right. I mean, so many people I've met, really who found my poetry was another writer. I don't want to put his stuff out there like that, but it was a writer who was published like 146 or 7 times, and he gets published 2 or 3 times a day. He puts out new published work.
Oh wow!
And he's published in 44 countries, and what he did is he added me to a private group when he saw my poem, and he said, like, "You're home now," and he introduced me to guys like Jeremy George, and he said, like, "You're home now," and I was like, I didn't get it at first, and when he introduced me, got a new guy, and he should, start publishing some, try to start putting some work out. Like, he gave me so much, and you could tell he is an old-fashioned poet where, he's not gonna go ahead and bring you in unless he believed in you. And he introduced me and Jeremy, actually. He believed in me and brought me on this page with just these amazing writers, and this big page and a small page. Okay. For him to praise me, and guys like Jeremy George praised me. I sat back going, like, man, like, is this real? Like, am I really good? Am I deep? So I went from, like, people like Alex and all these people that were just backing me. JoJo. You see Jody Hammonds, I call her JoJo. She's like my mother.
Okay.
Awesome. She watched me, some rough. I was a rough kid with some rough edges. Like, I'm still a little, but but it comes out in the work, and work is very diverse. And just like I go from definitely home. Jeremy. Jeremy's such an inspiration. This guy, I mean, there's some, he doesn't, as artists, you all know, we all do something else that we don't share. Meaning, like, some of us write, some of us play guitar, and some of us do so many things, and we don't, like you said, I don't perform. I'm not much of a performer. The moment you stop saying that is the moment you're going to become a performer, because you got it. There's a magnet to you, and whatever your magnet may be, whether it's pain or joy, with your intelligence, joy, and strength, and use that.
Oh, I sure will.
Show it. And you do show it.
Okay.
And I don't think you could hide it if you could.
Okay.
So,
okay.
you are a performer, and you know, guys inspire me. You know, people like you inspire me, and Kevin and your husband, and just that's what it's all about, like inspiring each other's artists.
It is.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Inspiring and supporting. That is what it's all about, you know. And like he said, you are home because the poetry community, we're different from others. Like we want to hear what you have to say. We want that because we feel your passion and your light, and it feeds our passion and our light, and it helps us inspire more. And I love it. And one thing I love about most poets, they're humble. They are humble. They're not, oh, you want to interview me? Well, you owe me that. You know, they're not that. You know, they're, oh, really? Well, how can I assist? You know, and that's something I love about poets, you know. And Jeremy George, we are going to network. He did make me a friend, and I appreciate it. He liked both my pages, too. Awesome. If you know any authors, writers, however the case may be, let me know, please, you guys.
Hey, Jessica.
You are playing with Yvette Ortega's Emotions, my proofreader. She's dying to hear the poem.
Oh, let's do it.
About Sarah.
Okay, so I'll do it, but fair warning, if you really want to capture that poem was, like I said, it was literally a freestyle. Mm-hmm. And started off with some structure, but I'm going to go ahead and try to read it, but you have to understand, in the actual poem, if you go on Word Nerd Inc., I haven't plugged myself because it's all been, I'm so happy to be here. I haven't even had a chance to mention, like, Word Nerd Inc. is my page where I'm promoting a lot of work about Sarah, and I'm going to try to read the poem. It's on there. Really, to enjoy it, you have to kind of catch that poem.
I mean, if you want, I can play that poem if you want. And
I don't mind. Will it come out clear? Otherwise, I'll do it live. I don't mind.
I mean, no, it'll be clear. It'll definitely be clear and loud.
Yeah, I'll do it live. I just want everybody to kind of go back and give it a listen.
Okay, yes, let him do it live, and everybody check out Word Nerd Inc. Please.
Thank you. And it's where I push her movement. It's Forever 27, because Sarah was 27 when she passed away. Like all the great artists out there, she was a great writer. We're talking Hendrix and Joplin and Kurt Cobain. Some of the greatest musicians died at 27 years old. And
true.
They call it Forever 27 Club, and she joined it. And it's unfortunate, but her movement, Forever 27, forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a read, and if y'all like, check it out. All right.
Yay.
So, sitting around, I start off, and this is what I did. Consider it by Mike Ristic. I'm often center stage, unafraid and underpaid. I'm underweight, under hate, I hide some love still. They don't even dare. They just label me the leopard and leave me be, yet I'm human too. I run still. Still does it run still when one heart's ill and the other beats. No more. Beefs and forks. Please and more. Thank you for the mouthful of lies I'm full. Pass my plate. Pass my base. Pass the third. The words that I'm always home plate. It's always me. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Pain in my brain from the words that we use. And in the words of my father, it's all in the words that we use. Reckless abandonment. Nothing left in me. If you knew how many times these tears flow like faucets, it's awesome. I don't feel it anymore. Not me. It's not me at all anymore. And I don't even know who this is. I don't even want to know who I am or what I represent or what I came to do. The scorpion still stings me and I can't breathe. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to. Yet maybe I do. Yet maybe I want to fight. Yet maybe I want to stand up. Maybe I want to get up. Maybe I want to beg and plead and tell God that there's got to be another way for me to do this. I promise you. Consider it. Consider it. And that's that. I don't know if it was a little too loud, but just.
No. It was perfect.
Yeah, I think it's caught really. It was caught clean better when it was on when it was done on that actual live video. But it's a strong poem, and most of my isn't that, you know, emotional. Most of it's very well written with a lot of wordplay and things of that nature. But that one was just strong. Needed to be screamed at certain parts, like, and the video just captures that. You can't do that without it. But thank you, everybody, Yvette. Thank you.
That is awesome.
About strength.
It's still emotional when I hear you say it. It's, you know, I mean, knowing that, you know, you guys had that love and it was beautiful and she believed in you and wanted you to get it out there, you know, I feel like she's smiling on you. I feel like she's literally smiling on you, you know, trying to show you that, you know, like she said, you all right. You know?
Yeah, she was such a big support to me, and I feel her, like, with each one of her words that I, you know, each one of the things that I, you know, each time that I write something about her, it kind of brings me closer to her, and I write her back to life, like I told her on her, you know, guest book. I write her back into life with each poem, each day. And it's not just all about her. A lot of it's about me. You know, example, a lot of people think that, you know, that poem, Consider It, it's caught so much attention recently. You know, I believe it reached over like 186,000 people. You know, I put it out in so many different places. One video caught 2,000 views. Another video caught on YouTube caught 500. Some of them caught 1,000.
Wow.
And because I wasn't interested about channeling that video where it would make money. I wanted people to remember her.
Okay.
And crazy thing is, if you really sit down and read the words, up until the part where I say, you know, thank you for the mouthful of lies, I'm full, and then it goes to me. The poem's about me, and the poem's about change and strength, and you know, at one point, you know, you capture. I captured somehow in there. I captured that moment. It was like I'm sitting in this very room, and the piano, which is by I have to shout him out, by A.M.I.N.A music. That guy is just wonderful for letting me use that instrumental. But he you know, that piano background was fantastic, and it was just that moment I caught it, and I didn't plan to put it out. I didn't plan to do it, and that's what the magic of it was like, okay, wow, I have something, and I fought with it for days, and I talked to Sarah, and I cried over it, and I said, I can't do this. I can't show these people this work. I can't show these people this stuff. And one night I just said, you know what? Angry at her, angry at me. I was out in the stars talking to her, just looking at the stars. That's where I go to talk to her outside. And I said, you know what? And I went to bed. And I woke up, and it was like, for real? So I was like, okay, wait a second. So now I'm going to open up the poetry page. That didn't catch much attention. I only had it up for a couple weeks. And one night I got upset. I don't know why. I just felt like I wasn't doing it right. She kept telling me to share. I kept feeling that from her. You know, she was always saying that. And I went on a hip hop page, angry, and I posted up bars, a rap.
Oh wow!
Right?
Okay.
Off my voice. A lot of people don't know. And I literally wrote, I've been on this page all day. I see guys with 80,000 views, and you couldn't rap your way out of an Ohio Christmas. So I'm going to post this. Yeah, I was angry. I said, I'm going to post this because I've been posting for days, and nobody has even watched my video. So if you can do better than this, do it. And a bunch of people started chiming in, like, you know, like this guy from Australia, a good friend of mine, he started chiming in, and a lot of people, and it was like, hey, you're not bad, dude. Like, why don't you rap? And I was like, forget the rap. This isn't for me. And I shut it off. But that same night, I started posting poetry, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to post it. I don't care who hears it, who doesn't. And I woke up the next day, and the poem just got caught. There was just so much attention, so much love behind it. And some of those same people that were on that page that I was calling out on that hip-hop page, they all friended me. I made more friends by, like, saying, hey, look, the world doesn't listen to other rappers and poets, and I'm sick of it. And I'm going to tell you guys that some of these guys out here don't deserve it, and I hate to say it because I support everybody. Because they walk around, like you said, owed something. Hey, I'm here to be interviewed. Like, guess what? Like, you know what? Who cares? Like, tell them, be humble. Let me hear it. I want to hear it. Move me. And some guys did. That night, did move.
Okay.
And contacted me, and it was like, wow, like, share some of this. So this, like, it's been an amazing ride.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. Well, you got to tell everybody where to find you at because we are running down to our last 8 minutes.
Wow.
That hour and a half went. So I honestly lost track of time because my time froze and it still says 8:20 on my computer. So I was sitting here like, okay, we still got a whole hour or so. So something said look over at the other time.
May I do? I know it's too much. I know it's a little bit task. I'm sure you want to share some of your stuff. May I do another one to kind of show you, like,
please.
All right, so I'll do two quick ones, and I'll just get through them. They're pretty short, and I think you'll like them. One of them is about Sarah.
Okay.
And one's important to me.
I am definitely not rushing you. Take your time. Let me just find a chapter.
This one here is about Sarah.
Okay.
And it's purely about her. It isn't my come up story. It isn't, like how I'm gonna fight. It's about about her. So it's called So Amusing. And the word amusing, if you check how it's written, actually, it's written like the word muse. So this is a share. The poem that you heard was, like I said, freestyle. But this is the stuff that I write. You can actually go enjoy reading it. I'm very into formatting, and whether you write poetry or you rap, I'm very good at forming. That's one of the things I'm very proud of. And I may not always be, like you said, like a performer, because I'm really not, or a sharer. I'm very proud of my craft, and I put a lot of years into it. So check it out. This one's called I'm So Amusing. So it goes like this. I was amused by a muse, and I learned a lot. I was in tune with a human for the first time in this lifetime, and she's gone, so yeah, it hurts a lot. I'm a doctor with this pen, but hey, that's not worth a lot when I can't save the woman that I love from hugging God. Preach. Our Father, Father's Father, forgive him. I'm finally Father, but follow the farthest, fondest, the wisdoms of modest, modern of models, the plot that tends to thicken. It's a figment of your imagination, because what you perceive, well, that's how you're living. I'm howling, livid, a mile a minute, I'm minded mind and finding time to slide inside a line like an incision cut. Cut it to the cloth of all indifference. When I mention them, they stay silent, and then, maybe just then, violence becomes my decision. Diamond says, keep minds just like violinists, finely tuned mindset for a tool of time that defines winning. Minds in tune with 2 times 2, 2 times and 2 times with minds loose. And if I find that these times intertwine with my fine moods, I step outside of the box and I try to be you. And that's amusing. That was for her. I'll do one more quick one. This one was one I did to challenge a lot of writers.
Okay.
If you look at lyrics on this, they're pretty sharp.
Okay.
So, of course, it's coarse. I don't force the portions of forces like horses. Of course, it courses like sorcerers pouring porcelain out of my pencils. It pours right out of my temples, like chords had poured from the Lord's instrumentals, and then they tore through my core with a sword from the middle, like I'm bored through the boards of a board and the board of the board holding the boards meant.
Ooh.
I'm handing out crayons. Let's color together with paint pictures or vague figures. My brain triggers. A faint listener like cries from paint prisons. So paint prisons, sir. Paint. Make wizards turn. Make storms churn and yearn for your frightening lightness. Show me your license for deployment, Mike, pen or the pad. Then read what you wrote and see if it offends your friends and your dad.
Ooh.
So show them you're honest. Better yet, show your mama. Read what her kid made, what the kin made, what her king made, what her fling made, what a sin made. Better yet, let her read these words and let her see how far her kid came. Just, so never stuff. But I enjoy. I'm glad y'all enjoyed.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh wow! You know what? I had to turn my my other feed around for my YouTube so my YouTube viewers can see you real quick. But I am excited to say hey to YouTube Queen Speaks real quick.
How y'all doing? Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the Queen. Shout out to everybody. What's going on, y'all?
Actually, we got a network. Like I said, I'll be out to neck of the woods soon when the hubby gets home, and we got a network. I love it. I'm going to share some things. I'm going to inbox me your email address and the names of the books you want, and I'll send you an invoice. You know how that goes. Whatever one you don't buy, I might send you one for free because I need you to read them all. You know, I want your opinion on them. Other than that, I thank you. Like, I feel like tonight's show was awesome and enlightening and wonderful, and I'm so glad that people got to meet one of your friends actually put it in here. What did he call you? The white Serbian brother, or white Serbian chocolate. So, you know, I'm glad they got to see you, meet you, hear you, because you're multi-talented. You're multi-talented, and once you started speaking another language, you just took it to a whole nother platform. So
yeah, Sarah used to think, she was to say you're different. And shout out to Sarah Nicole Lasher, love of my life, my queen. Unfortunately, I lost her in the physical, but I gain and learn from her every day. And one of the things she said to me 2 nights before she passed, she said, "You're the strongest man I ever met," and I didn't know what she meant by that. And through a lot of people showing me, I may not be the strongest man I've ever met. But you know what? I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Okay.
And sharing poetry has been a blessing. God bless you. Thank you so much for having me.
And we appreciate you. We definitely do. I'll be sharing you. Everybody, again, The Queen Speaks radio is every Thursday or every other Thursday, or just look for my links. I'm doing invites out. It's actually every other Thursday, but I got some surprise shows coming up. Again, the 8th, I'm going live on a tattoo thing. The 2nd, I'll be live at a poetry live reading at WinDC Radio with Pandora Wordbox. And the 14th, I will have Ray Manley live in the building. So please tune into that. Like the Queen A.M.I.N.A page is Poetess, Poetess, Queen A.M.I.N.A. Share, like it, send it to your friends. And Mike, you've been awesome. Totally awesome.
Thank you so much. May I do just one last little thing?
Yes.
Sarah Asher's book. This is Sarah's words. She's a writer, and she's never shared her stuff with anybody. And she actually only shared with me. I'd love to just read a few words.
Please.
You can see why I fell in love with this woman, and you'll know within 3 sentences. So this dedication to Sarah Nicole Asher, the most wonderful woman in my life, who brought so many wonderful people into my life by leading it. So
okay.
This is called For Mike. I bought her this book.
Yeah.
I wrote on the inside cover, and I wrote, I love you and all that. And she wrote, "Thank you, Mike." So go ahead and read from it. This is dated October 28th, 2014, by Sarah Asher. What flows through me flows through you. Whether we live in black and white or hues with the shade of blue, it's time to reinvent our color wheel. The tempers, they're built off of steel that stands still, and the only thing that turns is our steering wheel. Let's keep driving to paradise, casting farewell to our personal gates of hell. Sometimes rings of fire, vicious, precise, intimate desire. My head floats higher, my mood's contagious. Fits of rage and cages turn to page. Dream, walk and talk. We're in some stages. I ignite the sage, and our dramas fade in each heart. Mold chiseled together. One Mother Moon and Father Sun, scattered stars. Close and open doors, cemented in mud before, now purify, cleanse, and restore. Launching out at anchor to plummet all this anger, just in case the clarity's handcuffed into my days, even on the haziest of days. My captain, my knight, my emperor, my king. I found the feathers, my severed wings, suggestions. Consume you each night. I pose so vague, and the camera sees subtle, so forever. My favorite sweater, you're so clever. My everything, my lasting love letter. My so unwell, but now I'm better. My better half, my muse. Lust is in you, love is in you, like a kid in cartoons from July to June, from midnight to noon, planted in seeds, ready to bloom. Brides and groom, not later but soon. The melodies are likable tunes, and I'll dance with you in the kitchen every afternoon, because the magic magic is us. It's helium balloons.
Ooh. Sarah's awesome.
She's amazing. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I know. Yeah.
Thank you.
How y'all doing? Thank you for watching. Thank you.
You're awesome. You are definitely awesome. I want to say thank you real quick to everybody that tuned into the show. A.M.I.N.A, amazing mentors, independently nurturing artists. And Mike, you are the pinnacle of a mentor that is amazingly nurturing artists. I thank you so, so very much. Isaac, Black Swan, Alex, Miss Yvette, my husband, Jody, Brother Rob, everybody else, Miss Parker, you was a little late, but I love you too. Everybody that tuned in, thank you. Subscribe, share, rewatch. Awesomeness. Thank you so much, Mike.
God bless you.
We'll talk, definitely.
Thanks.
Bye.